So, welcome to another episode of the ProfitMAX podcast. Actually, we are doing in the midst of the ProfitMAX Entrepreneurs Network Bridging Night, which is an online event we do every last Wednesday of the month. So tonight, we have a very special guest, none other than Puan Hafiza Anom from Awantec, which is a listed company. And well, we're going to hear from her. And basically just a bit of background introduction. No? So in our ProfitMAX podcast, what we try and do is bring industry leaders to give us insights and share their experience and their knowledge to broaden our perspective as SME business people. So as we know, the pandemic of the last 2 years with MCO and all that has really changed the way we operate, no? Not only as businesses, but also you can see the changes in consumer trends. So there's an uptick in, for example, people shopping online, e-commerce is booming, work from home is here to stay, and so on and so forth. And digitalization, of course, has been accelerated as well. So that's why I'm very happy and feel very privileged today to speak to Puan Hafiza from Awantec. And maybe to kick off, Hafiza, maybe you could tell us a bit about yourself and what is your role and what does Awantec do?
Okay. Yeah, thank you, Coach Peter, for having me and giving me this opportunity to share. And I want to exchange also information. I believe the members of the audience today also has a lot of experience into digital transformation because it's all about what we want to achieve in terms of doing the transformation. But before I start, let me introduce a bit about myself. I'm Hafiza Anom. I'm from Ipoh, Mali. So
Okay.
I'm from Ipoh, and I've been in the industry for almost 22 years in sales and marketing, especially in IT. So my background, basically, I graduated with a degree in computing. And when I came back to Malaysia, basically, it was the time during Y2K. You know, all the Y2K, the migration, everyone has to go on standby. You have to, year 2000 is going to come. What's going to happen to our system? But nothing happened. Not that critical, right? It's just that,
Climax, right?
Yeah. So then the .com kind of trend came in, and then I went through all those kinds of transformation, I would say. And now we're talking about digital transformation. So I have been involved in IT, be it from a system integrator perspective, means that I help customers to do hands-on deployment. And also I have been with principals. I've worked with Microsoft. I've worked with Oracle. So the kind of understanding of the technology also, I have been exposed to those principles. It's very much interesting to understand direct from the horse's mouth, you see. And now I'm attached to Awantec or Awan Biru Technology Berhad. Basically, if you have known before, this is actually our new name. Before this, we were known as Prestarian Berhad. So I'm the Chief Business Officer in Awantec Bhd.
Okay. All right. Great. So maybe to start off the discussion, Hafiza, maybe you could tell us a bit about this big word called digital transformation, or what is that and what is the impact and why should SMEs embrace digital transformation?
Okay. Digital transformation, I like to point you to the so-called transformation. What does transformation is all about? Transformation brings you the attention to do the change, make you able to do a lot of change, evolvement, shaping and framing it, and ensure having that process to drive the whole entire kind of flow. So digital transformation basically is to align to what would be the so-called demand that has been created. Like what Coach Peter has earlier mentioned about the scenario of the pandemic, the banjir situation. Everything is not planned, right? It just happened. So suddenly, boom, things change and you have to adapt to things that had never been planned before. So that's where you start to see that people are, you have business to go, right? You have things that you need to actually still continue as a business, ensure there's revenue, ensure there's continuity. But with the change, you need to be ready to be agile so that you are able to address in whatever scenario that you go. So it's all about the priorities or the demand where it comes, where your end customer are actually requesting for improved customer experience. And then you have to ensure that you transform to be more agile and be able to adapt to the speed that is going to happen or that is happening right now. Plus, that priority of having to be accessible to technologies, and by having all those kinds of platform, it will allow you to get more information. But what will you do with the information? So these are the so-called digital transformation priorities that you need to take into consideration and how you want to actually put it as part of your strategy in your organization.
Okay. Now, being SME businesses, there's always a lot of concern about the investment required to get into digital transformation versus the benefit, no? So could you share a little bit about that, the cost benefit of digital transformation?
Okay. Digital transformation will talk about technology, but I think there's also other element that you need to also look into. Technology is one part where you leverage on things that is available in trend right now, where you don't really, it's all about getting you to be able to get it immediately, right? Rather than you buy and then you set up and then the rest of so on. So in order for us to actually be so-called agile to move towards this, SME, I know it's a big fear. How do I actually start? You need to actually ensure that you are clear on your strategy. What actually do you want to achieve? Because we don't want any investment that you do would be able to become like a white elephant. So, right, we don't want, just because of it's a trend, you go with the trend. But do you actually really need it? So that's one. But what's also important, you talk about cost. Yeah, but these are technologies that are available. Cost may be one of the elements. Sometimes I would say cloud may not be sometimes cheap, but you need to find the right solution for you to optimize your investment. Okay, it's not about the first time investment, but it's all about how do you actually optimize and ensure there's return based on your investment that you have already done.
Okay. I wonder whether there's any case study you could share with us, no, Puan Hafiza?
Okay. I would like to actually bring to your attention on areas of just a simple kind of setup of having a basic kind of infrastructure within as an SME. But I know that some of you or the audience actually are very much also considered an established SME here. So smaller SME, sometimes the basics ones are about where we work within the Halal Development Corporation. There's a lot more smaller SMEs in the ecosystem, right? They were, it's all about leveraging on technology to optimize and increase their productivity. Before this, it's all about manual kind of intervention, manual communication, single man handling the whole entire kind of end-to-end process. You are the order taker, you are the thing, everything is all done by yourself, solo. But with the support that we gave to them, what we did was very much to also get them to understand. You even no need to put a big investment to it. You can use leverage. We work and coach them first in terms of educating them what productivity is all about. So they start to explore, okay, maybe I could have an email platform so that I can have a proper communication with the people, right? And before this, they have always been using the standard gmail.com or hotmail.com. But what if I actually give you a branding, right? So from there, we start to evolve slowly, from that productivity piece, you automate your conversation, you automate the process, the productivity tools that you use, and then you start introducing a digital branding to it, and slowly you will start to push into having a digital presence in the ecosystem that they have.
Okay. So you're talking about something as basic as like a email engine.
Yes,
Yeah.
we do support that, because that is also sometimes you can actually leverage on, because in our technology that we carry to the market, those platform would be able for you, will allow you to also enhance it to a different experience. That can be a starter for you to actually establish. And from there, with the technology, it will allow you to explore. Have you heard about document artificial intelligence? From time to time, when you have already used a lot of technology within your, a lot of digital communication or conversation, all those things, you have a lot of digital document, and also you are having some physical document, and you want to ensure how, at one point, this is once you are a bit more mature in terms of leveraging the technology, you can actually start to do checking whether it's a valid document or not, or and automate whatever, if it's ensuring that whatever your business process will be integrated with an artificial intelligence engine. Plus, there's also another technology which we call contact center artificial intelligence. Rather than having a physical person to answer to your kind of queries, or build a team to address to your customer queries or address the customer experience concerns, you develop a knowledge base, and you have a bot or a virtual agent to actually communicate on your behalf.
Okay. That could be something that our Anku does, because she's a software house.
Yes.
And I know she's working on things like improving the customer experience and things like that. But I'm not sure, we can ask her later.
Yeah,
okay.
We can also see how we can put in the Google engine or the things that we have, and interface it and wrap it with whatever solution that you push to the market.
Okay. All right. Yeah, and you were talking about documents, so I think things like digital signatures and all that also.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
digital signatures, because you want speed, right? Sometimes, just take for example, during COVID, you won't be able to be physically in the office, right? Everything, and then you just use your mobile phone.
Yeah.
You have to just endorse a document, sign it. But yeah, but at the end, sometimes when I discuss about this, if it's within SME, based on whatever policy, not as kind of rigid within the enterprise or the public sector kind of policy lah. Where digital requirement and all those things, but do take care of those kinds of element as well.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. All right. Maybe Hafiza, you could share a little bit about some of the common challenges that SMEs experience, when they try to embrace when they start on the digital transformation journey. What are some pitfalls they should avoid, and what are some building blocks maybe to get started?
All right. So what are the digital transformation building blocks? So there are 5 key kind of building blocks that would be recommended to be taken into consideration prior for you to embark on this digital transformation journey. The first would be the customer-centric strategy. It's all about what exactly that you want to achieve in that agenda you're taking, right? What would be, relook at your mission, vision, roadmap. How adaptable are you, the organization? what does the customer wants, how are we, so study that profile, the customer centricity strategy. Then it's all about second, talent. Do we have the people to actually support this? How does the leadership team takes this and address this and bring this forward to ensure that whatever that has been implemented will not be, just white elephant or not being walk the talk lah. We have to make sure that we walk the talk. And then process. So you also need to reflect and understand the process, whether what area of innovation that you want, how agile you want, how reliability, and what will be the adoption strategy that you are looking at within your organization. And technology. What are the things that are available right now? Whether you want to embark into ensuring the security, or zero trust security, or you want to embark into ensuring that you modernize your infrastructure, your application modernization. So all these are very much technical jargons. And lastly, once you have all this ready, you get a data set. So this is the gold mine. Because data will allow you to get more and more intelligence into having to create new customer-centric strategy, because you are able to study the trends. So this will be the key 5 main building blocks for digital transformation.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Are these essentially the same whether you, whatever industry you're in, whether you're manufacturing or service?
Yes, you can generally take this and start having a deep dive into the respective business or line of business that you are into.
Okay. All right, very good. So I'm going to go back to stop share.
Yeah, let me stop share. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So that's a good starting point, no? How does cloud come into the picture, Hafiza?
Okay. Cloud basically is a ready kind of infrastructure. It's a platform that you are available to actually leverage on. So cloud has its own characteristic. In matching into this transformation, basically what cloud can do, it will definitely sets or gives the idea of having a resources that is available for you to use. It's somewhere that you can actually use, and that will become a journey for you to start into this whole digital transformation kind of engagement in your organization. So your organization, if you want to start looking into this, technology will help. And with the cloud technology, if I can deep dive into what is cloud, cloud has 3 types of category. One would be the infrastructure as a service, which is very much your fundamental, your backend, your server. Before this, all this you have to buy and you have to manage, you have to maintain. Okay, now you can just take and use the resources available and start using it immediately. Right after you register, you put your credit card, even you can start using already and start deploying whatever that you want. Second would be the platform as a service. That's where the whole entire workload, be it like you want an AI, you want a business intelligence, you want an IoT kind of engine capability, by solution will be available here within a marketplace that is available in cloud. Yeah. And lastly, the software as a service, that's where you just straight away subscribe and you use. You don't need to start creating again or recreating, reinventing. So you use whatever is already ready-made, like your Office, productivity tool, your Google Mail, your Outlook Mail. So these are the type of SaaS that is available. Okay. So what cloud can give you is actually, rather than you focus on the how-to and the nitty-gritty of it, you focus on your business demand. Let other people do for you, supports you, ensuring that that platform is ready for you to actually drive your business to the next level.
Okay. All right. So I think software as a service, I think that one is quite easy to understand.
Yeah.
Can you give an example of infrastructure as a service and platform as a service? Are we talking about things like servers on the cloud as opposed to having a hardware of servers? Is that what you mean?
If I can show you an analogy,
Yes.
this is
Yes.
like an analogy that I have, right?
Hmm.
Yeah. Screen. Okay. This analogy. I can see my screen, yeah.
Pizza model, okay.
Yes. So on-prem is everything that you have to prepare. Right? This is where you get ready your table, your dough, your sauce, and everything. You made it and you do it yourself and you eat it. Okay. But infrastructure as a service or
On-prem meaning on-premise.
On-premise, yeah.
Okay.
On-premise. That's where all is within your environment or your organization.
Okay.
So infrastructure as a service, that's where you only outsource a certain thing. Yeah. You outsource like the core kind of capabilities. Like in this case, pizza dough, tomato sauce, toppings, and cheese, you buy. So in the technical environment, I buy the server. I outsource the server.
Okay, so it's the servers,
Yeah, the servers and everything. And the rest of other things, I still have to do it myself.
Okay.
So for platform as a service, we only manage the table and the drinks. But the rest of other things for you to get a pizza, you buy. So it delivered to you to the house and you eat at the home. Okay. So in this case, you get ready whatever things that you need, but the application is being done and you just use it from whatever available in the cloud. The engine is there, right? The AI engine is there on the cloud.
Okay.
And lastly, the software as a service, everything you just use, you plug, you just, yeah.
Okay, get the whole way to that.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
So I'm not sure people like Desmond who runs a cybersecurity, I don't know whether his is a platform software or platform or software. Anyway.
Security normally goes into infrastructure, but I'm sure that he has a lot of into infrastructure and probably platform. Correct me if I'm wrong, Desmond.
Okay, all right. What would be 2 or 3 important things that business people should prepare for if they want to begin the journey to cloud?
Yeah, in order for you to start preparing, what do you need? How and where do I begin? Right, that's the question.
Yes.
So I think it's about the clarity of the objective. For you to start, what objective one? Is it cost? Is it agility? Is it the branding that I want to achieve in doing this journey? Is it the branding or is it process optimization? So be clear on that. Okay. And with that, then you know your strategy. You start to prepare the change. Means the element, the inject of change management, because you are doing things not normal, differently now. Yes. So that change management has to happen, be it how small or how big is the organization, because I think that creates the adoption. Yep. And lastly, you need to consider what would be the technology, what would be the software, what would be the security strategy, what would be the technical migration strategy or design. So that's more on very technical. Yep. So understand what is the business demand strategy, find ways to do the change or plan the change ahead, and ensure that you do the adoption strategy as well with the change. And lastly, also you start considering the cloud kind of investment that you need to put or technology investment that you need to put. Okay, all right. So that's a very good framework, because I think too often, there are all kinds of consultants out there, and sometimes the consultant is linked to the software and they sell you the software, and then may not be what you really need if you look at your strategy and your purpose, right? Yeah. So what you're saying is the first place to start is actually to look at your strategy. What do you want to achieve? Is it a branding strategy? Is it an efficiency strategy? Is it a cost optimization strategy or whatever? Then you go around looking at your how-to,
and then you ultimately land up with the type of tools, the computing tools or the software tools that you need.
Yes, because as a salesperson, I'm also a salesperson, a salesman. I want to sell everything. Sometimes I sell, it's not right, for you. So it's important for you to sell. I even tell my team, sell what the customer want, address the customer challenges. Because customers now are very smart. You can get information even before we come and do the selling to you.
Yes.
It's all about do you understand my problem?
Yes.
Right? So we also, as a business owner, need to be ready with that. Be clear on what actually you want to achieve here.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Maybe to finish off, Hafiza, you could tell us a little bit about what kind of support or help Awantec provides, for someone who wants to get started.
Yes, Awantec has a few services element. If I could actually share, we
Go
do.
ahead.
Hang on, yeah. We definitely will be able to not just look into technology, but I would prefer sometimes to partner with customers or businesses to drive this. So we can start to study what would be the external and internal kind of achievement that or a solution that we can provide. Definitely from external, these are the samples or availability of solution or things that you can start to explore, whereby from internally, these are the things. But these are very much kind of a basic vanilla flavor kind of engagement. But in Awantec, we do have our key offerings. When you embark on a journey with us, we will handhold you together so that don't say I'm small or whatever. I don't have a lot of investment, but what our kind of spirit is to partner and ensure that we get it achieved, because that's the passion that we want to drive, because it's about technology and also driving the talent kind of vision. That's always the core business of Awantec. As you can see, all of these 7 key services offering will be embedded in whatever programs that we go to market to our end customer. In SME package, definitely we do have a few kind of offerings that we can start to explore on the program, maybe with a UC kind of implementation, unified communication implementation. And we partner also with MDEC to see how we can fund this further for SME to adopt technology as a start. But this is maybe, you can see this as an entry level, but what we can do also, we can programmatize. So we are not rigid to only this. We can work with you, we can understand where you're headed, what's your challenge, what's your objective, what's your vision. We can plan and programmatize our engagement with you so that we can achieve within 1 year, 2 years, or any time frame that you prefer.
Okay.
That's how we can actually help you within the ecosystem. Plus, don't see us as just selling to you. We can also, if you are in the business of IT, digital marketing, training, we actually can work and we can share and partner to go to market together.
Wow.
Okay. That's how Awantec, because we do have a partner kind of target areas and also focus. So like Mr. Bob is a digital marketing training. I'm happy to actually work and start pushing my customer to him also. And maybe whoever that does the security, I definitely also would like to explore and see how I can go to market with you.
Excellent.
Sell together.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so don't just look at one way that I'm here to either sell to you, but let's partner together, because when we partner together, we complement each other.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a fantastic business model and business approach. Very friendly, very collaborative. Exactly what our culture is all about, no? ProfitMAX and Profit Network is all about collaboration, building business through collaboration. So very happy to hear that. Okay.
Yes, because
just a quick question on your 3 packages. They all start with UC. What does UC stand for?
UC stands for Unified Communication.
Oh, okay.
Oh, sorry about that. Very technology driven. Okay. So unified communication is all about having, whether you want to have your email or you want to have your device or you want to have a complete kind of experience having a virtual kind of setup within your office or your home office. So we can do that.
Okay.
Not just from software, hardware, we also provide.
Okay. So what I'm hearing, Hafiza, is you're not only providing the software and all the tools or doing an audit on what tools the company needs or the customer needs, but you're actually working together to help them start from strategy, first of all, clarify their strategy, and then work through on their actual needs and requirements, and then assisting them along the way. Is that right? Okay.
Yes, Emma. Yes, you have spot on, because that's where one of the services where we drive the change management and adoption, because that's where you start to understand the strategy, the implementation. Then there's also an element where at the end of the day, either we can create a virtual customer success advisor or online customer success advisor to help you. You know, once you have already enrolled into this journey of cloud, we won't let go of your hands. We work together to actually understand where else that you can actually explore and how you can optimize your investment. That's more important, because cloud, the characteristic, normally people buy but they don't use.
Yes.
So it's important for us to always keep on, keep in touch, partner with the customer to actually get them to optimize and see the ROI based on the investment that's been done.
Because there's a bit of habit change as well, isn't it?
Yes.
So
habit change, yes.
Yeah, keep using it. Otherwise, you just buy and put on the shelf. Very nice. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Because it's like tap water, you see? Cloud, you subscribe. It's like you pay the bills. Sometimes you don't know you pay your bills and you just jalan and like that. Okay? You just keep on. If you don't switch it off or close the tap water, then your money keeps on flowing out.
Okay.
So that's why we don't want that to happen when you embark into cloud.
Okay. So make sure you subscribe and do share this with others as well. Thanks.